Yes, my people, it's PROZECH here, back again, and you know what we talk about, it's sneakers, kicks and creps. Today, it's another Kicks Chronicles. Kicks Chronicles is a show where we look back over the sneaker history of some amazing people. We discuss what they were wearing when they were coming up and what they've currently got on feet. Today, my guest is currently based in Nigeria. She's a media personality, a sports broadcaster for one, or the biggest sports channel in Africa. London born, London bred, but she's in Nigeria now, back in the motherland. Toyin, welcome to Kicks Chronicles. How you doing?
Thank you, Brad. It's a great pleasure to be catching up with an old friend.
Yeah, man.
I mean, over a decade later.
Over a decade, man. It's amazing.
It's really over a decade later. Like, we're really adults now.
Can you imagine? With responsibilities and that.
Honestly, with real responsibilities.
Real talk, man. Real talk. But yeah, man, we'll get into it, because I don't know if you've heard, but Toyin's she's a little bit of a big deal. You get me? Like she got stuff to do. You get me? Like I don't want to hold her too hard. You get me, man? But she is, and she will ever be. Real talk, my girl. We went college together. We put that right out there. You get me? Like clap himself, stand up. We were there. You get. We were there. You get me? Like we held it down.
Shooting back.
Real talk. All them man, stand up.
I remember all the stops now. Just knew when it gets to Clapham South, that's where we come out. All the way back to Elephant Castle.
All the way back to Elephant Castle. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna ask you straight off the bat, man. Like, obviously, this is Kicks Chronicles. We look back over our sneaker history. Like, for me, there was a time in my life, early doors, where there was a kick that sort of screamed to me and said to me, "You've got to have me. You've got to bring me in. If you bring me into your life, I will rearrange it. I will make you shine." You get me? Like there was one kick that said that to me. Well, for me, I'll tell you honestly, for me, right, it was the Reebok Classic, because I grew up in.
You know what? That's where it started. The different colors of the same sneaker. You get it over and over again, and you want to get colors that match your whatever you're wearing. But the truth was, growing up with the Nigerian parents, they weren't going to pay £30 every time.
But the thing is, it was £30. It wasn't even expensive.
$29.99. All the English kids had them.
Bearing them.
Then I remember actually, I never actually got a pair of Reebok Classics. They were just the aspirational trainer.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember one of my brothers, he got I think he got Ascots. There was a set of Ascots, if you remember, the Ascots that looked like Reebok Classic.
Ascots. Yes. Yes. We are gonna come back to Ascot, because Ascot is very important to me.
My mum, I have to shout out my mum, because she's really good at that. Like, you show a pair of trainers and she'll find you the same damn thing, way cheaper.
The equivalent. So,
yeah.
Oh my days! But what was that kick for you?
Do you know what? It was the Reebok Classic with the gold. So the Reebok sign on the side was gold. I remember.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that was gold. Yeah,
that was the first.
Gold, the gold color. That was the first sneaker that was aspirational for me. I never got it, but I wanted it.
Wow.
What I did like and I got was LA Gears.
You are talking. LA
so
Gears.
You had the ones that lit up.
Yeah,
and
man, with the lights.
What I had was they had sequins on them, and they had double laces, and one of the laces was like a kind of like a ribbon type of pink ribbon, chiffony type of material. So I was,
you were shining.
And I remember when I got them, what was the name of that shoe shop that used to sell them? It was on Waterford. I was gonna say Holland and Barrett. That's a.
Is it Barrett's?
Barrett's. I got them.
Shout out Barrett's, yeah. If you know, you know. You get me? Barrett's, Rebels, Shoe Express. We shout them.
Yes, Rebels. Yes. Now I remember when we finally did get to the shop. I got to the shoe shop with my mum. They didn't have my size. What they had was like, I think, half a size or a size smaller than my actual size. But I lied that they fit. Wow. So my toes were burning. Had to have them, and I didn't even know the hack about removing the insole at the time. I just wear them. Yeah. you learn all these things later on, but that was my actual first sneaker that I would say that I got and I felt good about.
Ah, that's amazing.
LA Gear.
You don't hear LA Gear spoke about enough. I think some people look back and they kind of put it in the wrong space. They kind of put it in a non-brand sort of space, where to me an LA Gear
no, at that age, no. If you're LA Gear, for little boys, if your sneakers were lighting up, you're doing things.
You were shining. You were the man. Yeah. You were the man. When you were in primary school, if you had LA Gears, nobody was chatting to you. You weren't getting any heat. You weren't getting
no.
You were calm. You were nice. You were nice. No. And I remember it correctly. Don't let anybody rewrite history, man. LA Gears were doing it for a little minute. For a little minute. As an adult now, it's a different story. You get me? Like, I didn't see any adults wearing LA Gears. But as a kid, yeah, man, they were running. But like, you touched on it.
Remember the Reebok Ripples? That was in secondary.
Wow. Reebok Ripples. Colors. You get me? With the little zigzag, we'll touch it. We'll touch it. But you mentioned a little bit about where you grew up. Like, you mentioned about Woolworth Road, and obviously we're both from Southeast London. Mm-hmm. Like, for you, like, growing up, what was the trainer that sort of represented your area in your mind? When you got to your ends and you saw, what was the one that was like just kind of more popular around your ends that you used to see on feet a lot?
There were a combination. So there were the Air Max 90s, Air Max 95s.
Big.
No, back then there was another one. It was an Air Max. It wasn't 90. It wasn't Air Max 95. It had like a long tick on. I don't know how to say. I can't remember what the model is, but they were Nike. They were Nike. But yeah, but they were, so it was just a set of trainers from the Nike family.
Nike are very popular in Southeast, definitely.
Yeah, no, but the Reebok Ripple was a thing though, because it came in different colours. It didn't die quickly, so it kept resurfacing with all these exclusive ones.
You got to keep.
But I remember the TN first time the TN came out.
TNs were definitely hard when they first came out.
I got them because I literally, I don't know, my sneaker thing, I don't understand how or why it started. I just liked sneakers, and I think, actually, because I was the only girl amongst my brothers, so I hung out with the boys a lot more than girls, because there weren't really that many girls around my age at that particular time. So I think I just took on some of the interest that the boys had. And I remember being interested in not just having sneakers, but having them in colours that other people couldn't get. And that was a habit that I cultivated when I left secondary school. It started the summer, that 6-week holiday window. So it started, that summer is where it started, and it hasn't finished. It's still up until now.
It's not finished. It's not
so
finished.
It was, I got a pair of TNs. They were all white with the black sole.
Yeah.
And I used to get my sneakers from people in Shepherd's Bush. So travel to Shepherd's Bush. It was called Global Sports. So they used to import sneakers from America. So it would be any of the sneakers that they had. So where most people were going to Foot Locker, JD Sports, I was going to Global Sports in Shepherd's Bush and paying, I don't know, a good £80 more than what you pay for your standard trainers, just to have them in a colour that nobody else would have. And
you're setting yourself up, man. Nice.
I was setting myself up, to be honest, because it became not just an expensive habit, but it just became a thing where I liked seeing the same model of sneaker but in a different colorway that nobody else had. It's the same thing with cars, like when you get your car kitted up and you put a body kit on a car, or you wrap it in something unique that stands out. I think it's the same sort of thing, same obsession with the footwear.
People love like the whole idea of being able to make your thing make your whatever you're wearing or whatever you're driving or whatever you have like feel like it's your own, because obviously these
and
things
it's a reflection of you and your character.
But the thing is, just in general, like trainers and sneakers and all of these things like are extensions of our personality. So it just makes sense that some people will take it a step further and just like, a colorway isn't enough. I need my own colorway. You get me? Like, I need my own color. I need my own design. You get me? Like, and all of that sort of stuff. But like, I really like the idea of like taking a shoe and maybe personalize it. Tell me a little bit about that, because
my first boyfriend in college, my first official boyfriend, he was into that actually. So at the time, you had the the Air Force Ones.
Yes.
So he used to, you could get them with a Burberry tick. They put the Burberry print on the tick or the Gucci print on the tick.
And I had the Gucci still.
Business was hot for him. So that was like, business was really hot. It was just a big, up until now, actually, I think I'm curious to investigate like back then, have a conversation just to go back down memory lane and understand where he got them from. So I didn't know where or how, but it was super cool. So that was my first sort of close up with trainers being customized and actual individuals becoming young entrepreneurs that were selling, because they were obviously buying just plain white Air Forces from for £55 or whatever it was at the time, and when you smack that Burberry print on the tick, the price point changes.
Change the whole game. Change
Completely. So yeah, I would say that's the first encounter with the.
When I was doing my research before having the interview with you, I did have a quick look over your Instagram and stuff, and obviously people make sure shout out Toyin of Life on IG, I believe Twitter as well, man. Just like bombard her, like, you get me, like, I'm sure, and she's already got loads and loads of people watching her, but like I saw some Vans on there, you get me, some really cool Vans. I don't know if you remember, but they were personalized with the characters from Rugrats.
Okay, yes, with the Angelica,
and I saw Chucky on there, man. What was going on? How did you pick up those? Was that like a personal custom thing, or was that somebody else's kick, or what was that about?
Oh no, those are just there are a lot of really cool young artists that you can. They not only do they do that on sneakers, but they do it on handbags as well. So literally, it was just the Rockbacks is a major throwback. Like, I went through a phase where I actually just loved Vans. Like, Vans are, I don't know how to describe it. Skater chic.
Yeah, definitely skater shoe. Solid.
And then I think to kind of balance it up, if I'm wearing, like, let's say like a plain t-shirt, jeans and Vans, and I'll make sure that I have a nicer watch on so that we are looking mature in our you know what I mean, like, so the
level's correct.
It's really funny. You said it, not me.
Yeah, no, for real, I take full responsibility. No, but I hear where you're coming from, man. I like that. The idea of, like, you put pieces together. Like, I'm kind of similar in the sense that I like to just quite casual most of the time, and I think I'm lucky in the sense that the job that I do and the places I work and stuff like that allows me to do that without being judged or whatever. But I'll always seek, like, if I'm wearing like what I'm wearing now, I'll always try and put on some nice shoes. Like, when I say nice shoes, I'll try and put some fire on just to balance off the thing. A little bit of fire just to balance it off. Just a little bit, just so that it's a little bit hot, like a warms. A little bit like a warms, not too hot, just a warms it. You get me? But like, I understand the whole thing, man. Obviously, we mentioned that at the top. You're a sports broadcaster, and you're obviously dealing with a lot of, like, footballers and different sports personalities. There are a lot, and a lot of the trainers that we wear are they're rooted in sport. You get me? Especially football and basketball and other things. And you've probably spoken to and interviewed, like, so many footballers and sports personalities over the years. Like, just a little bit of an inside, like, was there ever which footballer that you've interviewed that you saw him? Because I know all of us, when we see a person, we give them a little scan, see what they're looking like, see what they're wearing. What footballer did you look at and say, you know what, this guy's got some good style, he's got some good kicks, man? What was there anyone in particular that sort of stuck out to you?
You know, there are, but I don't know what it is. When it comes to proper interviews, a lot of the time they'll come sort of suited, so it'll be like a shirt, trousers, and proper shoes. So you get to appreciate good Italian crafting. You know what I mean? Good loafers and what have you, a good fitted shirt, fitted trousers. So not in the interview context, but there are players that actually, or sports people actually, that off the field, away from the game, they do have a bit of swag. Who would I say has a very, very a sick sneaker game.
I'm putting you on the spot. I didn't prep you for that, so don't worry. You can take a little bit of time.
No, Iwobi's quite into his thing. He's quite he's a bit of a drip maestro.
Yeah, no, Iwobi is certainly out here. Iwobi is certainly out here, and it's actually amazing that you brought him up, because I know that you interviewed Dan Ferron from Nike, the guy that actually brought the that iconic Nigerian, the designer of that iconic Nigerian kit. What, 3 million sold in like 3 minutes or something crazy like that? Like, amazing. That kit, obviously.
Up until now?
Yeah, like it's busted everything. That kit, crazy. Oh, sorry, that kit was crazy. Crazy.
It was.
I know.
I went around Russia and I couldn't find the Nigerian kit in the stores. I was thinking that, you know, in Russia they wouldn't be too. It was difficult to get anywhere. And literally with this new kit, have you seen the ponchos?
No, I haven't seen the poncho.
Okay, can I have permission to go and get one?
Please. Permission.
I'm gonna come back wearing it though.
yeah, do that. Oh, that's it. Yeah, bro.
Right.
Yeah, fam.
It's like a massive rain jacket.
It looks like an agbada. You look like an agbada. You look like a chief.
You can see it says
NAIJA. You get me? Yeah. Big up the team.
And then the style is like in the traditional agbada. So
yes,
the big men, you know, they have the traditional way that they do this.
Yes, you know? Yes, I love that.
Really went in with this.
They went in.
And, yeah. So.
Do you know what? Yeah.
So I'd share that with you.
Do you know what
the new kit, it's the same pattern. This I don't know the story behind the pattern, but yeah.
Do you know what I want to say? Yeah, I want to say, you know what? Sometimes big companies get a bad rap, like for not like for cultural appropriation and all of these different things, that like these sort of slogans that get thrown out. Love that. These slogans that get thrown out over the years, like where people are like saying like, oh, they took this from us, they took that from us. But when a company the size of Nike actually pays homage and takes a real interest in a country like Nigeria, I have to applaud, because I think first and foremost it's a rich, vibrant country. I really appreciate the country, number one. Number two, with such a huge and vast, like, diverse history. So, and it's like one of the most important countries in Africa. You get me? Like, it's definitely, even as a Ghanaian, I can even admit that. You get me? I love my Nigerians. You get me? So to see what they've done and to see the attention that's been paid to that nation, I love it. They actually even brought out a couple of kicks earlier this year. There was like the Air Max 95 and the Presto that came out. What were your did you manage to see those? Did you manage to? What was your thoughts on those?
I thought the Air Force Ones.
Oh yeah, there were Air Force ones that came out earlier.
They had the basketball. I mean, it's nice that they did, but I didn't. If I bought it, it would be for souvenir purposes as opposed to me feeling
wearing.
Oh, those are those have to have them. It wasn't that. It was just like, okay, yeah, the Nigerian edition I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't so.
You weren't so swayed on them. I hear that. At the time that they came out, I think there was a little bit of hype around them. They did end up sitting a little bit, but I think just the idea of them, and they're in a similar pattern to the poncho that you were wearing. I think the idea is cool. I think just that relationship and continuing that relationship, I think, is a great thing.
It is, but I think that. Sorry, allow me to interject.
No, please, it's you.
I think that it's just a business decision. It's not that Nike are doing anything philanthropic. It's just they realize that in Nigerians you have a huge market all over the world, and they're just cashing in on it. As any business would do. You spot an opportunity and you run with it. We're the most populous black nation on earth. You find Nigerians in the most obscure and remote places. So I think it was pretty much a no-brainer when they saw the response, because when they released that kit, I had actually flown into London that morning because we had a game against a friendly against England at Wembley in 2018, just before the World Cup period. And I remember going straight from the airport with my luggage I took the Heathrow, the Paddington Express, straight to Paddington, got on the tube with all my luggage, coming straight from Nigeria after a 6-hour flight, and went straight to Nike Town. Only to march in, put in my bags, and I was like, I saw different kits, different nationality kits, and then I spotted the green in the corner, so I started walking towards it, only to see a guy in a suit say, "Excuse me, ma'am, you joined the queue." And I'm like, which queue? I'm trying to buy a country's kit. He pointed outside, and then I saw that they had like these cordons, so they'd cordon people queued, and my eyes followed the windows, and I saw like faces going down the street. And I remember going out and going all the way around to the back. There was a table where you take a ticket. So all of this is because of our kit. Fortunately for me, I saw someone I knew inside the queue. Although what the policy was like they put a wristband on you, then they write your size and whether you want a home kit or away kit, so you could only have one or the other. And and then once you get in, they break it off, bring out whatever's written on your band, you pay, and then you can choose one other accessory. So I think at that point, I got to choose an accessory because my friend had already bought the kit, and he chose he got one of these drawstring bags for me. I have the bag if you want me to get up and go and get it.
No. It's all good. It's all good. But it's just
the lot of getting up and going.
Yeah. No. Please. Do you know? I loved that kit, man. I even saw like just so many different people from so many different countries.
Well, let me tell you, those kits were so hard to get at a point out here. The fake ones became realer than the real.
It was like people were rating the fake ones.
There were Nigerians that were making a killing in Russia just selling the fake ones. Or they'd wear the fake ones. Everybody wanted one. So a lot of the Argentines, you always find that there were a really big influx of Argentine people when it's World Cup. So a lot of the Argentines would want to swap their Argentine jersey, original ones, and end up getting them swapped with the Nigerians that were wearing fake ones. Yeah.
Life.
Just because people couldn't get hold of it. It got to a point people couldn't get hold of them. So whoever was selling one, if it looks like it, I'll have it.
Then we love it.
It was one of those situations.
Definitely amazing kick, amazing story. And all the things that came out of it were live. I think switching gears, let's get into sort of modern day and like let's get into modern day and let's start looking at some of the kicks that you currently have on feet. Like, I'm gonna ask you I'm just gonna throw out words. I call this part of the interview the EST of KIC, and when I say EST, I mean like the oldest, the newest, expensivest, rarest. You get me? Like the cheapest, like the best. All of that sort of stuff, yeah. Like, so if I was to say to you, yeah, just in what you have around you right now, yeah, what's your oldest pair that's just around you? Show us what that is.
Oh, that would be these.
Talk to me about these.
So basically, I saw a pair of heels on Beyonce, and that was it 20 around? They should be from like 2013, thereabouts. So there were a pair of heels on her, and they were called Gianmarco Lorenzi. I can't remember the music video that I saw them in, but I now wanted the heels. So I did some research, found out that they had a store on, was it South Moulton Street? So you know where the big Foot Locker flagship is? Just around the corner, there's one. So they had a store there. I don't know if they're still there. They got to the store and they didn't have the shoes. But then these were the only like one-off pair of sneakers that they made, and I put my feet in them, tried them on, and the only thing I regret now is that I didn't buy more than one at a time. Wow! But put
them up to the camera. Let's have a quick look.
The closer I bring them, you see that they're really.
Wow! Literally, wow! So it was a heavy, like sort of like almost like a comic
Italian
book.
designer. So that's
like a pop art sort of flex. Like it's really cool. It's, okay.
Those are Gianmarco Lorenzi.
Gianmarco Lorenzi. Like in those kicks that you have around you, what's your newest pair?
Newest pair. Surprisingly, I haven't bought kicks in a while, but I think it'll probably be these actually. Yeah, probably be these.
So what we're talking, the LVs coming similar to like a Alexander McQueen or even like a fully upgraded Dan Smith sort of court shoe. Yeah, are those comfortable? When would you rock those?
Oh, they are comfortable. They are comfortable, and I mean, I have a bit of a bit of a quirky, somewhat quirky style, so I can wear these on like a nice shirt and
that's what's up.
T-shirt, or even on certain types of dresses. Yeah,
I love that. I love the freedom that women have when it comes to kicks, because obviously you guys can just put on a dress, you can put on some flary trousers, you can style up, style down, you can do what you want and just throw a pair of kicks on, and then it makes it easy. You get me? Like I suppose I think over time obviously men have become a bit more and free to be to wear their kicks and style their kicks the way they want. But I've always thought trainers look very cute on women. Like maybe it's the small feet, maybe it's just the way that they style, maybe it's the colors that you choose, but like it's always a cool look. It's always a cool look to see a woman in a nice pair of shoes. In those that are around you, your most expensivest?
the ones around me, none of them are over $1,000. So it probably should be the Chanel ones. These I paid, these ones.
So those are like the CC.
Yeah.
You're a big fan. Like you're a real big fan of those. Like if you obviously we shouted out Toyin's Instagram, like that's definitely a shoe you will see featured quite regularly, and obviously you've got a couple of pairs. So what is it about the Chanel CC? What is it about that shoe that you like so much?
I think I've just always liked Chanel as a brand. It's a classic, exactly, classic, classy brand, and their sneakers just have a touch. Again, they look fantastic on skirts, they look fantastic on dresses if you know how to sort of put the style together. Exactly, they look amazing, and then they are actually very, very, very comfortable. Really comfortable. So you can get away with wearing them in certain contexts where people maybe might not conventionally wear sneakers, but because they're Chanel, they are sort of allowed to pass. Yeah.
I think Chanel definitely gets a pass if everyone's thinking like no, we're not letting them Chanels in. I think we should. I think they'll flip the script when they see the ensemble. When they see the ensemble, they're like, no, we'll let that pass. Yeah. Remember back in the day when you try to go in the club and you're wearing Pradas and they're like, nah.
Oh, my Pradas away. I really went wrong with the Pradas Cup.
The America's Cup. That shoe in our college, it was like a rite of passage. Yeah, it was like a rite of passage.
You went through the Balenciaga phase.
Exactly. For me, those Pradas actually opened a lot of doors. I don't think I had.
My mom had Pradas at a point.
Who?
My mom.
Yo. I think I actually got my Pradas from just a guy in the college actually. So I don't know how legit they were, but they did me all right. Still, they did me all right. I think they were my first sort of. I would say like my first designer shoe. My first designer sneaker, I should say. Like I didn't even know what the name was. I just knew the Pradas, and I'd see them everywhere. And I just knew that you could drop them with jeans, you could drop them like in any scenario, and it would just look kind of smart. But exactly, those are the ones that they might let you in. You get me? Like, and then I think over time, I sort of like gravitated more towards like there was Gucci for a period. I remember I was rocking Gucci. The Gucci straps. Do you remember the Gucci straps?
Oh, I left those in London. Yes. Do you know the stress I went through to get those, because they were sold out in my size. So wow. I ended up having to get them. I got them in, I think, Gucci and Harrods, and they were like a size and a half too big. Got them like that. Yeah. Oh, wow, I actually had several.
The Gucci
wow,
straps.
This is memory lane. Yeah.
This is real memory lane. The Gucci straps were seriously hard. Like, I remember, like, I had some issues with the Pradas because at a point everyone was wearing Pradas, but when I broke out the Gucci straps, no issues. You get me? Because essentially I saw some people wearing them as shoes, and I think for most people, no one's kicking ball in a Gucci strap. It's essentially a shoe that's a little bit modified. So it was a really but I mean, we've looked at a couple of designers from your perspective. Obviously you touched on Chanel. Like from a design perspective or from a designer perspective, like you're talking high street versus designer, like like what like if you were to get a shoe from the high street, where you getting that shoe, versus a shoe from designer, where you getting that shoe?
Okay, I mean, for example, I have these, which are kind of like, I don't know, some kind of retro-y type of van type.
Yeah, they're definitely like there's a van vibe, a skateboarding vibe to it.
Yes,
Where did you pick
they're
those
from
up
Zara.
Amazing.
Zara.
Shout out Zara.
Got quite a few from Zara. Yeah. So Zara, in terms of high street sneakers, yeah, Zara, or perhaps Converse, Vans. Those are sort of still in that high street. High street thing. Yeah.
No worries.
But if I'm going to wear a pair of Vans, they have to be like out of the box.
Fresh.
Yeah, same thing with the Converse.
That's interesting. But I will touch on that a little bit later. Quick one, just for my understanding. If you're quickly running out, if you're quickly bopping to the shops, yeah, right? No time, just grabbing something and running out. What are you grabbing? What shoe you grabbing? We love that. Love that. Comfort, man. See the slides, man. I think you're the first one that's brought out a slide in all of my interviews, man. So I like that, man. We like that. Where'd you get that slide from?
These are Zara. High streets. Again, I got them in Zara in Russia.
That's nice.
During the World Cup, I got them with it.
Nice.
That's it. I like those.
They look super warm as well, man. Especially in Russia, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean they're just really fluffy and soft. But they're house slippers. I get a bit more wear out of them than I wore them twice.
You're allowed to repeat when you're in your yard. You've got like a lot of really cool kicks. Yeah. Do you have any kicks currently on your shopping list that you don't have, or do you have any grails that you one day wish you could have? Is there anything in your mind that like, I really wish I could have that, or anything on your shopping list that you're looking at currently?
Oh, there are loads. I actually don't own any of the McQueens.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a very popular shoe. Like very, very popular shoe. Big in the UK. I'm sure it's big over in Nigeria and the rest of the Europe and Africa as well. So yeah, big up Alexander McQueen.
Louboutin sneakers. I have the heels, the shoes, the flats. I don't have any Louboutin sneakers.
Okay.
What else? What other sneakers? I know that I had like a full document of sneakers that I wanted to get when I was planning to come to London before the whole COVID happened. But let me see if I can actually find the
What? So we're gonna get a current look at your drip list, yeah?
if it's on this handset.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that I can actually have a list of sneakers that I want to get? Let's see. I don't know if it's
not that weird. I have the same list. It's not that weird.
Yeah, it's just this is what happens when you're obsessed with sneakers. Let's see what we can find. Oh yeah, it's here. Oh. Okay, I don't know if you see that. I never actually got.
I can't see. Oh! The triple S.
I never got these. But I wanted this colorway.
It seems like it's what, like it's got some pink and black and white.
Yeah.
Triple S.
Then these ones.
Popular.
The original color of these, the pink and like the pink and a brownish color.
The chain reactions.
Yes.
Versace chain reactions. Let's see. Real talk, man. They're definitely a popular shoe. Real popular. Are they as like soft and bouncy as they look? Like the midsole looks.
Just so normal. Like they're normal. Obviously, there's a lot of elevation on them. And then I also do have this problem of liking to get the same sneaker in different colors as well. So yeah, the Louis Vuitton arch lights.
Let's see. So this is an interesting shoe.
Very conceptual.
Yeah, very strong arch in there. Have you tried them on?
Yeah.
Have you tried them on? What is it?
No, I haven't. And this was before, so you'll know that this list is actually quite old. So the Timeout sneaker, which is
that's
same,
pretty cool though.
Basically similar. This model,
exactly,
but different pattern. So yeah, the Alexander McQueen, this one was actually on my list.
Okay, the triple black. Real talk.
And in the black creates opportunity for creativity, like
exactly.
I wanted to customize
nice
something.
Plain canvas. Yeah, no, I get you.
Karl Lagerfeld and Puma, so they had a collaborative pair.
Nice. Karl Lagerfeld, man. Sandro. Oh, are those they look like Pumas.
They do, don't they?
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting.
So yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop at 15.
You proved it, man. You got the strong list, man. You got a strong list.
But then the funny thing is that this list, if I sit down and go on, I don't know, Nessa Porter, that list will probably come back way longer, and then you find that there are priorities as well. So
of course.
Yeah, so there are a lot of other things to prioritize than sitting down and looking
like Well, I was doing my research again, man, because man, I like, obviously when I'm trying to interview a sports broadcaster, man, I need to come correct, man. So I did a little bit of
your college friend.
Hey, no, you're right, man. Two old friends here, right? Two old friends here. Yeah, I did see something that was really interesting. And I saw an interview with you where you said when you were younger you wanted to be an astronaut. I
did.
And that gave me a little bit of a weird question came into my head. I'll put it to you. Let's see what you're saying. So, obviously, when you're younger, you're dreaming of being an astronaut. Imagine that situation has happened now. NASA have called you up. They said, Toyin of life, we need you on our next expedition. You get me? We're going to the moon, yeah, and we need your spice. You get me? We need you there to keep it light and lively. You get me? But you can bring one pair of trainers with you. You get me? What are you gonna take with you to step on the moon? That one pair.
One pair. I think it'll probably be these.
Hey.
They are Margellas. I feel like these will make a nice print on the moon. And
that's what you want to do, man.
So it'll probably be those, yeah.
I love that.
They actually almost made me miss my flight. So I saw them in, I think, was it Liberty, the window of Liberty? I quickly went into central London to do something, was heading back home to get my things and go to the airport. Saw these in the window and I said, I want those sneakers in the window. they didn't know what I was talking about, and there was a lot of running around the store because at that point I didn't know that they were completely sold out, and the pair that were in the window were the only pair. They didn't know what I was talking about, so they had to call the merchandising department. It was a whole thing, but I left with them.
No, you did it.
You did it.
You did it. See, that is one of the earmarks of any sort of strong sneaker person, is that you're ready to do whatever it takes to pick up. You need to cut.
Shamefully so.
You get me? We're ready to go for a little bit of stress. You get into the spot, you see there's a mad line. We might have to figure out a way around that.
You know, people queue for limited edition sneakers. I've never had to do that in my life.
It does.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, that situations have changed now. Obviously, COVID is coming, so there's no queuing anymore. But virtual queues, try and get a hype kick from Foot Locker, man. It's a madness. They got a virtual queue system that's terrible. I'll say that with my chest. You get me? They need to hook that up, man. But like, no more queues out here. The virtual queues are even worse than the original ones. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But you know what? We've talked literally about everything, man, and you've been amazing. I just got a few quick fire questions. Okay. There's a few quick fire questions, like quick fire thing. And what I want from you, yeah, I just want your heart answer. Don't think too hard. Just boom, like that, yeah. Okay. I trust you. Okay.
I trust you as well. That with these questions are to be.
Ain't no gotchas out here, man. Ain't no gotchas out here, man. Journalistic integrity. Okay.
And years of friendship on the line as well.
Years of friendship on the line. Ain't nothing crazy going on right here, man. Just a nice little bit of fun. Okay, we're starting 3, 2, 1. Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Nike and Adidas together, yes or no?
Adidas.
I'm gonna ask you the question again. Are you allowed to wear Nike and Adidas together? Yes or no?
Oh, okay. No.
Your best designer trainer with your heart straight. Don't think too tough. Yes, we already knew. Do you have a Jordan number? And if so, what it is?
23.
Like that, controversial, but I like it. Comfort or style?
Style.
Love that. Vans or Converse? Vans, yeah. Laces or slip-ons?
Laces.
Are you going factory laces, or are you spicing up with some different designs? Are you personalizing your needs?
No. I think the type of sneaker that I would wear anyway, the laces would be, the factory setting would be more than the usual anyway. So
That's it. Socks or barefoot?
So if you
socks. Fresh and clean or beaten and battered?
Fresh and clean all day, every day. Out the box, spanking.
You get me? Just popping tags and that. Yeah.
Yes.
Washing machine or hand wash?
Washing machine.
Hey!
but there are pieces that you have to respect. Okay, you talking about for the sneakers specifically?
Just for sneakers.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Misunderstanding. You are forgiven. Okay, lows or highs?
Depends.
Say it with your chest.
Okay, you mean low top? Okay, low top.
Low tops or highs? Lows. Okay. Triple blacks or white on whites? One or the other.
White on white. So something about white on white.
Okay,
White
man.
and white is fresh.
Crisp and clean, fresh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and these are the last two questions I've got for you, and these are not quick fire. These can just, and these will end the interview here. What does the term sneakerhead actually mean to you?
Sneakerheads. Someone that actually avidly follows sneaker release, because is somebody that is willing to pay exorbitantly for a pair of sneakers that they like. That's when you're a sneakerhead. Almost like being a crackhead, but the crack is this is the crack.
But the crack is this one.
This is the crack. This is the crack.
This is the crack.
Like, this is the crack. This is the crack. Ah!
Do I take that to mean that you would class yourself as a sneakerhead?
I'm a sneakerhead. I'm a sneakerhead.
I love that. I love that. I love that, man. Toyin, this has been your Kicks Chronicles, and it was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been really fun and fast.
Yeah, man. I tried to keep
I didn't get to show you these though, because you said slip-ons. I wanted to show you a pair of slip-ons.
Oh, okay. Are those another pair of Zara joints? What are they?
No, they're not. They were actually something Gabrielli. So they're Italian, but I got them in Russia. They were very expensive. I saw all this leathery flower work. I have to have those. Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Obviously, I do love these.
Oh, those are the Gucci's, yeah?
Yes.
Classic. You know, we like that, man.
I told you to grab a hand of sneakers, and those are the ones I had finally. So all of them had to say hi.
Yes, thank you so much. Well,
like
we've come to the end of the interview. Obviously, I just want you to tell the millions and millions of people, I'm speaking it into existence, obviously, that will watch this interview. Tell the millions, like, what you got going on in your life, how they can support, you get me, where they can find you.
I mean, obviously I'm hearing that, but I mean, my social media is there. Twitter, Toyin of Life. Yeah, I think probably social media is probably there.
Yeah, man, you heard it, man. Holla at Toyin of Life, Instagram, Twitter. She's out here doing amazing things, pushing it hard for women in broadcasting and in sports media as well. It's amazing to see. I want to see more of it, you know. And one question I forgot to ask you, actually, like, about women in general, like women only kicks. What are your feelings on women only releases?
It depends on the house and the designer. It depends. You mean sneakers that can only be worn by women?
No, I mean, like, there are certain so Nike have been doing this recently, where they've enlisted, or they've just got certain silhouettes that they've decided that they're gonna make women's only. So one of those was the off-white Jordan 4, the off-white sort of cream colorway that came out earlier in the year. That was a women's only release. Are you looking for women's only sneakers, or are you just looking for the sneakers that you like?
That's just what I like.
You get me? Does that even play into your... Yeah, that's why.
Just just to see it, and it's like, either this, I love this, have to have this, or it's like bleh.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, as I said, this has been another episode of Kicks Chronicles. This has been Toyin, your boy Zach, PROZECH here. Remember, obviously, to like, comment, subscribe, get up all in the comments and shout us out. Socials are available in the description, on the screen, wherever. It's been amazing once again. This has been Toyin. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. We really appreciate it.
A trip down memory lane.
Yeah, man, we love it, man. I've been your boy PROZECH. Everyone stay blessed, and we'll see you down the road.